Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the AS family. Today we're going to do a deep dive into vitamins and dietary requirements for people with autism. People with autism can sometimes suffer with vitamin deficiency due to picky eating or restricted diets. Sometimes people with autism will also have celiac disease, which some parents treat with a gluten-free diet. Some other factors that can contribute to a vitamin deficiency is not getting enough sun exposure, gastrointestinal issues, or sensory issues that eliminate essential foods from our diets. I'm going to be going through each vitamin and giving you some signs to look for deficiency, as well as recommending some foods that will help to ease vitamin deficiency. Vitamin D. This is the vitamin that we get directly from the sun, and people with autism can sometimes spend a lot of time indoors, and this can contribute to vitamin D deficiency. This is also seen in people of color, specifically people with darker skin tones. The melanin in our skin makes it hard for us to absorb vitamin D from the sun. Some signs of vitamin D deficiency are low energy, muscle pain and weakness, constipation, poor immune systems, as well as increased anxiety and overstimulation. If you are witnessing some of these signs in your child, or if he or she has been diagnosed with vitamin D deficiency, here are some foods that you can add to their diet: tuna and salmon, eggs, oranges or orange juice, Honey Nut Cheerios or regular Cheerios, yogurt, tofu, and mushrooms. It can also help to just spend a little more time outside, go on some nature walks and things like that. B12. This is our vitamin that helps with brain development. Individuals who have an unbalanced plant-based diet can sometimes suffer with B12 deficiency. Some of the signs that you would see would be low energy, fatigue, poor concentration or memory loss, increased irritability, shortness of breath, being easily winded, having pale skin, diarrhea, or tingling in the hands and feet. Some of the foods that you can add to the diet to combat B12 deficiency are meat, fish, lentils, beans, and eggs. Vitamin A. Now, this deficiency is also seen in people with a plant-based diet that is unbalanced, as well as individuals with celiac disease. Some of the signs for vitamin A deficiency are poor vision at night, having dry and itchy skin, dry eyes, or a dry mouth. It can also cause stunted growth in children and poor wound healing in people in general, night sweats, and fatigue. Some of the foods that are high in vitamin A are carrots, squash, meat or fish, sweet potatoes, leafy greens like Swiss chard, spinach, and lettuce, mangoes, guava, apricots, watermelons, passion fruit or grapefruit, pumpkin seeds, or eggs. B9 or folate. This is a very important vitamin. It is involved in cell growth and reproduction, as well as DNA structuring. So folate is very important during the gestational phase. When a woman is pregnant with a child, it is important that she and the baby are getting enough B9 in their diet, but it is also important once the child is born. Some signs of B9 deficiency are fatigue, weakness, shortness of breath, having a sore tongue or mouth sores, irritability, stunted growth in children, poor concentration, or trouble understanding things. The main thing that you would want to incorporate into your child's diet if you feel that they are not getting enough folate is vegetables. Absolutely. Vegetables of any kind, if your child prefers them, definitely try to include them in at least one meal per day. Some other foods that are good for B9 are oranges, avocados, bananas, beans, eggs, nuts, and Cheerios. Iron. The role of iron in our body is to provide oxygen to the blood cells, which then carry it to our lungs and the rest of our body, as well as our brain. An individual with an unbalanced plant-based diet or celiac disease can sometimes suffer from iron deficiency. Some signs of that would be shortness of breath, being easily winded, having pale skin, lips, and nails, having frequent headaches or dizziness, and frequent infections, having cold hands and feet, fast heart rate, stunted growth in children, a poor appetite, trouble learning, and having poor attention, or pica, which is a disorder where an individual craves non-foods like ice, dirt. They may chew on metal or plastic, hair, or paper. If you feel your child is iron deficient or anemic, some foods to incorporate into their diet are red meat, such as beef or pork, tofu, lentils, eggs, seeds, spinach, dried fruit, shellfish, broccoli, Cheerios, chicken, or turkey. Any of these things will be a good source of iron for your child. Magnesium. This mineral is important in our muscle growth as well as bowel regulation. Magnesium deficiency is often seen in those who have a limited diet or one that is high in processed foods. It is also seen in people with celiac disease sometimes. Signs of magnesium deficiency are constipation, nausea or vomiting, muscle cramps, anxiety and overstimulation, poor attention and trouble learning, as well as poor sleep. Some foods that are high in magnesium are leafy greens, edamame, bananas, beans, pumpkin seeds, and really any seeds, peanut butter, fish, potatoes, brown rice, almonds, and cashews. The simple way to prevent vitamin deficiency in your child is by giving them a daily multivitamin. These usually have a sufficient amount of the vitamin to prevent deficiency. However, it is very important to consult with your doctor on how much you or your child specifically needs, and to also avoid overdosing on these vitamins. Another good way to get all of your vitamins in one go is with smoothies. This is an easy way to get fruits and vegetables in to picky eaters. It's important to encourage variety in your child's diet. When introducing new foods, you should do this slowly, usually one new food per week, and be patient and persistent while your child warms to this new addition. So even if they do not eat that food or even touch it the first day, continue to present that food for the rest of the week with each meal. If at the end of the week your child still has not even attempted to try this food, then it may be some other issues underlying, like maybe sensory issues, maybe the smell is off-putting to them or the texture. So I would say if they have not even attempted to try this food, move on to another new food and circle back around to it. If the second time they still are not trying this food and you know they have tried other new foods, then I would eliminate that one from their diet altogether. It's important to keep to a consistent feeding schedule when introducing new foods to children with autism. That bit of consistency will help to reduce anxiety around trying a new food. And if you are having a lot of trouble with introducing new foods to your child or getting them to try new foods, then consult your doctor. It may be time for them to see a nutritionist or possibly a feeding therapist. But that is all I have for today. And this PDF is available to download at my Etsy shop, the AS Family. I'll put a link in the description. And if you all have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I definitely read them and I respond. Until next time, I hope you all have a great one. Bye.